stuff. Let's see. Whoops. Let's see here. Okay, there we go. I just wanted to do a quick live to encourage you all to subscribe to this channel. It doesn't cost you a thing. My goal is 1,000 subscribers by the end of January 2025. I believe that is an achievable goal. I really, really do. So I like to pop on here every so often and say, hey, please subscribe. It'd be awesome. You help me out a bunch. Also, please like my videos. It's funny though how I got 39,000 views for the my Avengers review. And yeah, I really do like that movie. And like I said, the funniest part was the Black Widow being in that warehouse up on the second floor with those Russian dudes. And they're all, that older guy, the older Russian dude, he's threatening her and stuff. And then Coulson literally calls this dude's phone. And he basically said, you either put this woman on the phone or bad stuff is going to happen. It was hilarious. What did he say something about put the woman on the phone or, well, I don't know how he said it, but yeah, I can't really even paraphrase it, but it was funny. And those of you who have seen the movie know what I'm talking about. But suffice it to say, the old dude handed the phone over to Black Widow. So, she's talking to him, and she's like, hey, I'm working. I can't come in. And then she's telling Coulson about how this moron is giving me everything. And the old dude's like, I'm not giving her everything. And then when Coulson says that Barton has been compromised, she's like, let me put you on hold. And yeah, it was hilarious. Yeah, I really like that movie. It's very entertaining, but it's also funny how they made Loki out to be this big, bad, like extremely dangerous, terrifying antagonist, right? And then as you get further on into the series, you see that he really doesn't have a fraction of the power some of those other bad guys have, including Thanos. Thanos, that dude, he was off the chain. He's a villain that you love to hate. But yeah, who played him? Josh Brolin. Yeah, he's a pretty good actor. He's really good. I guess he was in Deadpool also. Yep. Let's see. It's funny. That one song by Nina, 99 Red Balloons. That was like playing on and on in my head, so I turned it on and let Morgan listen to it too, and she's like, oh, I don't like that song. Well, I do. I mean, it takes me back. It's like from the 80s, you know what I mean? Maybe it would have helped if she had heard the English version. The one I played was in German. Yeah. But yeah, I like all kinds of movies. Keep thinking about movies. But yeah, I'm a huge music fan. Especially classic rock and alternative rock. Those are like my faves. Like I really love Bon Jovi. And I love Journey. And then when it comes to like older, like the classic, rock, Boston. That would have to be one of my favorite bands. And also anybody who knows me well knows I love the Beatles. In case you're wondering, Yesterday is my favorite Beatles song. Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Now it looks as though they're here to stay. Yeah. Let's see. YouTube is trying to get me to subscribe to their, Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. YouTube television and all this and that. It's like $80 a month for that. I'm good. I'm not trying to do all that. I already have Disney Plus. That's enough for me. And I'm thinking though I want one other streaming service. So I'm kind of conflicted. I mean, I want Paramount Plus because I'm a huge Star Trek fan. But then on the flip side, I love the Alien franchise. So Hulu is where it's at when it comes to those movies. And what's the other one I was thinking about? I Okay, Paramount Plus, Hulu. Oh yeah, Amazon Prime. Because all of a sudden I realized I have a thing for Alan Ritchson. You know, him playing Jack Reacher. Such a good-looking man. It's like, dang, wow. And to hear he was a Christian, I'm like, oh wow, that's cool. God bless him. Christian man, married with 3 beautiful kids. So I watch a lot of like silly, little YouTube videos. Usually it's about kittens and cats, doing cute stuff. Like one, if you're really into YouTube and cute little videos, Mini Kittens is a very cute little YouTube channel. It's MiniKittens, and it always shows this white cat. She's a mama and she has 3 babies, and one of them she just had a couple months ago. He's a cute little white dude, and he looks just like her, except his eyes are blue and hers are green. And then she has these other 2 kittens who are bigger and older than him, and they want to try to play with him and stuff, and he runs away and hides under the furniture and stuff. And then you'll see him like batting his little tiny paw, trying to hit at his brothers. So cute. And then when they start hitting at him, he runs away and hides. Absolutely adorable. Cute little dudes. Riders. What? Riders stuck midair on Knott's Berry Farm roller coaster. Oh. Yeah, what's interesting is evidently, Corkscrew? That's our upside down twisty coaster over at Silverwood, which is like 15 miles away from here. We're not very far from it at all, but evidently Corkscrew, it was one of the roller coasters that used to be at Knott's Berry Farm. I didn't find that out until recently. And with Corkscrew, I only rode that once. Rode with a friend, got off the roller coaster, and I was sure I was going to pass out. I was pale as a ghost. My head was hurting. It's like, oh man. And that was back in 2020. That was the first time I had actually gone. I'd never been to Spokane, Idaho, or anywhere, in the Inland Northwest up until, 2019. But I had, seen lots of advertisements, about Silverwood back when I still lived, in Western Washington, namely Olalla. It's just right next to Gig Harbor, Washington. And I remember I'd be watching the news or watching TV shows in Silverwood. Their advertisement would come up, and I'd be looking at the commercial and thinking, I'll never ever go there. But I mean, it looks cool. It's kind of like, and people from Western Washington, y'all know what I'm talking about. Silverwood is a bigger, much cooler amusement park. It's much cooler version of Wild Waves. It's a much cooler version of that park. Wild Waves is over in Federal Way, Washington. For those of you who don't know, it's on the west side. It's 20 miles south of Seattle, I think. But yeah, people I know from Western Washington, they literally will come over here, to Idaho just so they can go to Silverwood. Has a lot of really cool rides. And I don't know what's happened to me. I think maybe I watched too many of these videos where they talk about people getting hurt when a ride malfunctions or killed or whatever, and that just really messes with my head, you know what I mean? It's like I'm getting mellow and soft in my old age. It's like, no, I don't want to ride anything. I mean, well, other than the merry-go-round, you know what I mean? It's just like, yeah, it's just ridiculous. Really ridiculous. When we came out here, we went to Silverwood for the very first time. It was June of 2020. Went with a couple of friends. Took Morgan. Morgan, she was a little tiny thing. She was like 2 years old. And we had a pretty good time. Me and one friend, we waited in line for like an hour for Tremors. It's probably the biggest wooden coaster that they have at Silverwood. It has a 100-foot drop. And it's crazy, though. Waited in line that long. And wasn't even scared. You know, people get like, anxiety and their stomach will feel weird and they'll be like, oh no, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Not me. Now, what scared me is when we were getting ready to get on the ride and there were these people getting off, and this one gal, I said, well, wow, you made it through. How did you like the ride? And she's like, I'm never going to do that again. And it's like, shoot. Once they got out of their seats, it was our turn. It's like, okay, that's good to hear that she's like, it's that bad. I'm not going to ever ride it again. But at least I have bragging rights. I can say, hey, I rode it once, and I did, holding on to my friend's arm like the entire time with my eyes. Like, yeah, it was terrible. Eyes were shut, and for some reason, holding on to the bar tightly and closing your eyes makes the experience worse. Yeah, so it's like, oh man, But it was a pretty thrilling ride. And then they also have the drop tower. It's 105 feet tall, something like that. It's called Panic Plunge. And I never in my wildest dreams would have thought that I would ever have gotten on a drop tower. But, I did, and it's just one of those things where it's a one-time thing for me. I just cannot, just the way it makes my stomach feel. Yes, it's thrilling and it's fun, but too fun, if that makes any sense. Oh, jeez. Okay. Oh, man. All right, well, I'm going to let you all go. I hope you have a great evening. It looks like we're going to get snow here pretty soon. Like, soon. So if you're having to deal with that yourself, just take it easy out there. Drive slow. And don't let people intimidate you, because they'll be coming up on your rear end and honking at you, and it's like, okay, so you want me to speed up on a snowy, icy road and run the risk of crashing and hurting myself, hurting others, killing someone, killing myself, all because somebody wants me to hurry on an icy road because they're impatient? No, don't let people bully you like that. Take your time. If you have to go 5-10 miles below the speed limit and stay safe, do it. I remember, and I guess another reason why I'm the way I am is because of the past trauma. Having, hit black ice many years ago. It was when I was still working at St. Vincent de Paul. I was on my way to work on a Saturday. Took the back roads instead of the freeway. And I remember going down the road, and I looked off to the right-hand side, and I saw a vehicle, like, in the ditch on the right side of the road. And in the moment, it took me to think, oh, hey, that's not good. I should probably slow down. It was already too late. I had hit black ice. I started sliding into the opposing lane. One of those big county trucks, a sand truck, dump truck, was headed, my way, and I went over into his lane. And we hit almost head on. My driver's side door was ripped right off the car. And that's just one of those things you never forget. And even if you're not thinking about it, it's still in the back of your mind that could happen again. You know what I mean? All right. Well, anyways, I will talk to y'all another time. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Have a great night. God bless you all. Bye. Okay, so